Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. With us tonight, we've got a special guest. I admire this guy on AFTV for what he does. He speaks the truth. He leads judges from AFTV and leads judges TV. So, how are you?
Oh, I'm all right, thanks, Andy. Very, very good. Looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. It's the penultimate game of the season, and even though how things worked out for you guys, how do you think this season gone for you?
Well, listen, we've had a good season. It's been disappointing towards the end, but obviously, we couldn't keep up with Man City in the end. Um, I think that if I've been realistically, they're too strong. I would say more on the squad side of it. And once we got a couple of injuries towards the end of the season, I think that if we was to go on and win the title, we needed everybody to stay fit. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and yeah, disappointing the way it's ended. But I have to look at it and say, very proud of the way the team's played. We've had some fantastic results along the way, some brilliant performances. So you have to just take it on the chin that we're not quite good enough to win the league, but we're better than the rest, which is nice. And when you're up against Man City, I actually bumped into a Liverpool fan today, and he was saying, hold on. He was saying, what was he was saying now? You know how we feel trying to chase them down. And I get that. We've done all we can today, and it's still not quite good enough. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's unfortunate, but all in all, we've had a decent season. I can't complain really.
No, looking from that side in on Arsenal, because I do admire Arsenal quite a lot, because I watch them quite a lot, and for Arsenal to go from that missing out on top four last season, to use that sort of like initiative to go from that to going toe to toe with Man City this season, just it's unreal, and I mean, it is it was good to watch Arsenal in good times this season.
Yeah, looking on what we were last season. If you'd have said it at the end of last season, um, listen, you're gonna come second. You're gonna have a right title challenge. You ain't gonna win it at the end. I think most Arsenal fans would have took that. It's just been unfortunate the way it's ended up for us. We was doing well. Really up until Saliba got injured. When Saliba got injured, that was a massive blow. To go to Liverpool without him was tough. I actually see him for the first time when I was in America on the tour, and I said to a few of my mates coming back, "You wait till you see him. He's a game changer. He's a game changer in centre half for us. He's pacey, powerful, and he can play as well. And yeah, I think he's been a loss. But if the one criticism I have of Arsenal this season is that we've, particularly at home, conceded too many goals, and that's been happening when Saliba was in the team. And it's just over the last few games, it's just got gradually worse, and that's been our Achilles heel. You've got to, not that we've done well at home. Don't get me wrong, but we've got to just defend a little bit better at home. We've been a little bit too open. You guys probably know that from the other way around. You've been a little bit too open away from home. And that's something that we've got to address in the summer and go again. And that's the what's the word I'm looking for? That's the goal for Arsenal next season is can we go again? It's no good having this season and then being fifth, sixth, seventh next season. That wouldn't be acceptable. So we've got to do well in the Champions League, of course. But summer is going to be important recruiting wise and. Yeah, got to go again. You got to take Liverpool's example. They've gone again. Okay, this season it hasn't gone quite right for them, but they've done it over a 4 or 5 year period, so they can be quite proud of that fact. And that's what we've got to do.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I completely agree with you about it. And I was saying to Arsenal fan yesterday, saying that bar like Jesus and Shinchenko, most of your guys not really been in the title race as well. So it'd be a really good springboard for that you guys for next season to say we go again.
Yeah, exactly that. Look, listen, no club's got a divine right to say they're going to win the league every year. But I think as an Arsenal fan, I've got a divine right to say that we can challenge for it. And we have challenged it for this season. Yeah, it's pitted out towards the end, but we've been there and thereabouts. So that's what we've got. That's the challenge for the club now over the next couple of years is to try and challenge Manchester City for as long as they can. You know, we've took it to May this time around. We was out of the title race in August last year. You know, so that's the way it is. And you know, the one thing I look at and I take a positive from, I was talking about this earlier on today, was that, you know, when we nothing against not taking a Mickey out Spurs or whatever last season, when they got to the top four, they was having the parties in the streets and all that as you know, when they beat us. When we got guaranteed Champions League football this season, no one celebrated it. No one had a party or whatever because we was focusing on you know, trying to win the league, and that's what we've got to do. Is, you know, just challenging for top four isn't acceptable all the time. You know, you've got to be challenging for, you know, not just for the league, you know, for the other major honours as well. If you're in the Champions League, you've got to challenge for that. FA Cup, we've definitely not challenged for that this season again. I think that's 3 times now we've gone out very, very early since we've won it. So we've got to improve on those sort of things as well. And you know, it's like everything in it. It's steps. You know, for Nottingham Forest at this moment in time, it's to stay in the Premier League. Next season, it's to get into the top half and then build and build. And that's what you've got to do, and that's what Arsenal got to do now. So it'll be interesting summer for us Arsenal fans.
Yeah, definitely. Touching up on the game on Saturday, I mean, you guys beat us quite comfortably earlier in the season. Are you going to find it on Saturday, being it with it at City Ground?
Yeah, listen, it's one of the good grounds to go. So looking forward to this one because it's a Premier League fixture now. The last couple of times we've gone there, it's been FA Cup and League Cup, and it's always good to go to the City Ground, one of the iconic grounds of you know, in England for obvious reasons. And I would like to have been going there with a little bit more on it, if I'll be honest. But in a way, like the pressure's off now, so you can sort of like just go and enjoy a game of football. Every game that we've gone to this season, like, I'm not knocking it. There's been something riding on it, and it's been nervous and everything like that. This game now, not for us, just going to go there and enjoy it. Look forward to it. If I'll be really honest, the pressure now changes the other way around to Forest. I don't know how you guys feel, if you feel you're in a better chance with pressure off Arsenal or you would have liked it with the pressure on them. I don't know. So, but it'd be an interesting game. I think like your last home game, you need to. I think you need 3 points to secure Premier League football. You don't really want to go away from home to get that. So it'll be a very, very interesting game. Looking forward to it, to be fair, like, you know, but because I think that Forest will come and play and we'll go for it. It'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got Palace away last game, and I mean, they're going to be on the beach, but it's never an easy place to go to, Crystal Palace. Anyway, I always remember it when it was a championship game, it wasn't easy. But I mean, I would have liked Arsenal to play for something just because it would have made Saturday's game a lot more interesting,
Yeah,
personally. Because obviously, I personally think we only need a point now to stay up, with it being Leeds and Leicester. And I think Leicester's down. I think Leeds,
yeah.
they're very hit and miss, especially under Allardyce. And I think with Everton, they've got a tricky tie as well. So I think, and all them are away, so we're the only team down that bottom off at home. So it was just quite nice to say the least.
Yeah, I think that Leicester are gone, and probably Leeds as well. I think that maybe you might not even need another point to go through, but to stay safe. But you know that you probably do. You know, you want that. So it'd be very interesting from that point of view. I think that I said it earlier on. I'd like Forest to stay up because Steve Cooper, I think, deserves it. I think that, you know, you haven't sacked him. You've backed him after what he'd done for you last season. I think that he deserved that backing from the club. after what he'd done last season, because it was nothing short of sensational where he took over when they was bottom of the league to get you to the Premier League. Unbelievable thing that he done there, and the club backed him. Other teams in and around just sacking managers once, some of them twice, and still going down. So I think it'd be a very, very good thing for the Premier League, not just Nottingham Forest, if they back the manager and they stay. Obviously, like, it changes next season for Forest if that is the case. But this season, I think that it would be fantastic if he does stay there and they do survive. And I think would be a good thing for football.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we could have sacked him, but fair play miraculous. He kept by him, even though he got that bit of a reputation at Olympiacos for sacking managers left, right, and centre. So I was going to ask you about what you think about Forest looking from your side in. I mean, you spoke about how good it is on the ground and sticking by people. I mean, who will you be looking at for Forest as a potential threat?
So who's a potential threat?
Yeah, from Forest.
Yeah, like, without a doubt. Yeah, I think that. Listen, I honestly think that a lot of the neutral fans will want Nottingham Forest to survive because of those reasons. That's what I do. I'm certainly one of them. Like, I don't agree with. But listen, sometimes you sack a manager and it works. It's worked with Crystal Palace. Do I agree with it? No. Leeds have made a mockery of it. Like, I don't think if they'd kept Jesse March, I don't think they'd be in the position that they are. Who knows what would have happened with Forest? And the other thing is, if you get rid of Steve Cooper, who would you bring in? Who would be better and who would be more equipped to do that job? So fair play, like, and you've got an owner now that's vested interest in the club. Things are looking good for Forest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, who do you think will start for Arsenal on Saturday? But do you think you play a couple of your kids, or do you think Arteta will go Swan?
That's a good question, because a lot of people have been asking that. Why resting players or leaving players out? I don't see why we should do that. I really don't, mate. Obviously we've got no Martinelli, so there's a decision to be made on the left-hand side whether you go with Nelson or Trossard. Trossard's done very, very well since coming to the club, but Nelson's done really, really well since he's been coming on and on the bench. And if it was me, I would start with Nelson. I feel that he deserves that. But in other areas, I don't think that Arsenal should be rotating too much. I don't think that we can really rotate too much in defensive areas. I don't know what the situation is with Shinchenko, so Tierney will have to play there. Ben White on the other side, because we haven't got no fullback cover really, and the central defenders pick themselves as well. So could make a couple of changes in midfield, but I think Jorginho's done well in the last couple of games, and so I don't think that Arsenal should be making too many changes. And I'd be disappointed if they did, to be honest, Dan. I don't think they need to. We still want to finish the season off strong. Still want to get. I don't want us. I know this sounds silly, even though I know we've had a good title challenge, but at the end of the season, being 10 points off of Manchester City, people look at the table and go, "Oh, look, they romped it." I don't want them feeling like that. I feel that we need to win these next two games to just give us a little bit of, I think we'd be on 85 points or something like that. That'd be that's what we've got to aim for. So I don't think we should be looking to throw away these next two games, and certainly I don't think it's fair on the other clubs around as well. If we was to do that, so I wouldn't like it being done to us. So why should we do it to others? So no, go as strong as we can.
Yeah, I would like to see us one Arsenal team down here, to be fair, because obviously last couple of times we played you guys, obviously we always seen like not a makeshift team, but not a strong Arsenal team that I like to see. So it'd be nice for you guys to come down here with a full team and be able to compete.
Yeah, listen, the only one as well. You know what I mean? You're not just out the FA Cup, So I've still not forgot about that, So on a couple of occasions you've knocked us out. So yeah, I think we owe you one. So yeah, I don't think we should be. Listen, we got knocked out the FA Cup not this season, the season before. Remember we had that white strip and deservedly so. So yeah, I don't think we should be taking Forest lightly, and yeah, that hurt that day when you knocked us out of the FA Cup. Bloody hurt, So yeah, a little bit of payback is required.
Yeah, I mean, even watching the All or Nothing documentary, I thought Arteta was gonna. I didn't know what he was gonna do with that bucket in the changing room because it
Yeah,
looked. Yeah.
yeah, he was very ruthless in that game as well. I don't know if you remember, he subbed Tavares off very, very early. Yeah, listen, at that time, Arsenal were going through a difficult spell. I wasn't quite on board with what Mikel was doing at that time. He certainly turned it around now, but that was difficult times. So, you expect, listen, using the championship that time, I expected us for a tough game, but I expected us to get through it, and we didn't. And actually, if I look back on that game, Forest deserved to win that. I think then there was the FA Cup after that. I think it was a bit of a mauling. Was it 3-1? I can't remember. Was it 3-1 or 4? Yeah, 4-2. That's right. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
We didn't even have to manage it then.
Yeah, so we've had a couple of disasters up there. I think then in the League Cup, I remember going up there on a midweek game and winning comfortably, So, no, listen, it's a tough place to go to, and not that many fond memories of the Forest ground on the last couple of occasions. So, I don't want to be going up there and losing again. That's me being honest.
Yeah, and it'd be nice in a way because obviously with it being cup games, you guys had to roll over Brisbane, whereas this time it'd be like a bit of both with Forest fans and Arsenal fans, and so that would make the atmosphere a lot more electrifying than it was last previous times.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, definitely.
Have you got a score prediction for Saturday?
I'm gonna go with my heart. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw if Forest was to draw this game, but I just think Arsenal just need to bounce back. So I'm going to go Forest 1, Arsenal 2.
Quite a few people say that. To be fair, said it to me last couple of days. Funny enough, I said 1-0 Forest. I take a point, and funny enough, when I went to the gym yesterday, some guy said to me about what score going to be, and I said 1-0 Forest. I just said it without thinking, so that's more my heart. But I think a draw would be quite good for both teams, or even you guys to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, we ain't going to win the league. You know what I mean? Like City ain't going to lose another game this season, so we get that. I understand that, but it's still for us. It's still very important that we finish off the season strongly. That's how I feel it should be. So, I think it makes for a good game. Forest are a lot better at home than they have been away, and got some exciting players for us on from a neutral point of view to look at. So it'd be a good game, but I just think that Arsenal, we're second for a reason, and that reason is that we're not a bad side.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to say about where we can find you? I know you're on AFTV, but do you want to say about yours?
Yeah, like Lee Judge's TV, you can always check that out, and obviously I'm on AFTV as well, So there you go.
Thank you for coming on anyway, Lee.
No problems at all. I enjoyed it, Dan. Good luck for the the rest of the season. And obviously, I can't wish you too much good luck on the weekend. But after that, at Palace, I hope that Forest do. I hope I'm going to Nottingham Forest next season in the Premier League. There, I'll put it like that.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be nice to see you down there again for Premier League game next season. So yeah. So thank you for watching, guys. Do the subscribe button on both channels. I'd like to say thank you for watching and